What's going on, guys? PlayBox here. We're back for another Dragon Ball Legends video. In this one, we're going to be discussing about the return of Ultra Kaioken Goku. So, Kaioken Goku is returning for the first time since its release back in March, I believe. So, what, 3-4 months later? I think 3 months later. He's finally, actually 4 months, it's pretty much the end of June. So, for the first time, he's returning, and of course, it's going to be the same exact banner. Ultra characters have 2000 Z power, so the first pull you do gets him to 5-star. And then the other units, so this is a step up unit, so exact same format, 4 steps. 3 of them gives you, the regular multis, and then the last one is a free multi, and then the second multi I believe is a ×2 rate on the ultra character. So instead of a 0.35%, he gets a 0.7%, which is pretty good. Now, this banner also does have a regular version of it where you can do dailies on it. So if you want to try your luck there, that probably might be a good idea. Because let me tell you right now, this banner really isn't good. Like, if we just take a look, these are the featured units, right? The featured LFs. By the way, LFs on Ultra banners have a boosted rate of 0.5 instead of 0.25. So they have their rate from when they're initially dropped, right? They usually don't have that unless it was on their initial banner, but they do have a boosted rate, so they have a 0.5% chance. But if we just take a look at the units here, Super Saiyan Blue Evolved, not that great. Rose, literally probably the worst LF in the game. Gogeta Blue, nothing crazy anymore. The one unit that is actually good is this Vegeta, because if you can get copies of him, then you can get a Zenkai, and a Zenkai is like very, very good, right? You can argue he's like a top 5 unit, right? But this Ultra Kaioken Goku, I know a lot of people would look at this and say don't summon on it, because, Ultra Kaioken Goku has kind of fallen off since his release, right? When he first released, he was like almost the undisputed #1 in the game, right? I would argue that Ultra Gogeta was #1, but many people, the majority actually would argue that Kaioken Goku was the best in the game. And to see him now, some people don't even have him in his top 5, and that's not because of his kid. He's fallen off not because of his kid, but more so the meta, because right now we have 2 very strong red units in the form of the tag androids and MUI Goku running around, and because of that, it's kind of blocking off this Kaioken Goku from actually excelling. So you don't really see him that often in PvP, which is pretty crazy, right? But the unit itself is still very, very solid. So what I would recommend is still go for dailies. You can potentially go for a multi, but I'll explain why a bit later, why you should probably be saving your crystals. But if you really want to attempt and try your luck, you could go for 1 multi, 1 or 2 multis. You can try your 1 multi and then have the ×2 rate if you really want to, but I would say stick to the dailies. Unfortunately, this banner will only last for 1 week, so that's 7 dailies, 7 attempts at summoning him. That's almost a multi, right? So you can attempt at that, because even though he's not so prevalent right now, the meta isn't gonna the meta isn't gonna always revolve around these 2 red units, right? So you'll definitely see his resurgence in the next couple of months, probably. Like Ultra Gogeta, when he first dropped, he was the best unit in the game, and he started going on the decline, second best unit, third best unit, and then all of a sudden he's like one of the best units in the game again, because of the abundance of red units. So I feel like that's gonna happen again with this Kaioken Goku. So you won't see the effects of his relevance now, but probably down the line you will eventually. So that's what I gotta say about the unit itself. The banner isn't the greatest. Obviously, the quality of the units are not that great, but Kaioken Goku is still Kaioken Goku. I would still recommend saving, right? But the main reason why I would recommend saving is not because of Kaioken Goku. It's because of what we might potentially get further down the line. Now, if you guys didn't see my previous video on whether or not we are gonna get a part 3 and if we're gonna get a part 3 Ultra unit, I pulled up this leak here from a person called Colossal Byte, and basically what this leak says is basically a roadmap of what the 3rd anniversary is. So if you take a look here, we have part 1 MUI break, Ultra Gogeta banner return, which it did, then part 2 movie, which we got the Dragon Fist Goku, pause, Ultra Kaioken Goku banner returns, which is returning now, and then after we're going to be getting a part 3 for Ultra DBZ Buu Saga, which would indicate an Ultra Super Vegito. So many people in the community right now are predicting that there's going to be an Ultra Super Vegito dropping, and if he were to drop, it would probably be around, probably not next week, but in 2 weeks, around July, so I think it was 15th the date. That's when you would expect a new Ultra unit, and it's honestly looking very, very likely. So just for the possibility of that happening, I would say just stick to dailies here, because you do not want to miss out on a potential Ultra Super Vegito, because if he drops, I have a very, very good feeling that he might be the undisputed best unit in the game. Yes, even above the androids. Now, we'll just have to wait. No confirmation yet, so it sucks, because if you want to save for him, you only have 1 week to summon on this banner, and that's how life goes. You have to pick and choose where you want to spend your CC. So it's all up to you. Like I said, I would recommend going for dailies and potentially 1 or 2 multis, but after that I would just stop and continue saving for a potential part 3. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe, because that shit is so important, so don't forget. Other than that, have a great day. See ya.